Hands. Everyone has to have them to survive in the wild. But not all hands are made equal. So which is superior? A planet-destroying punch or a billion punches? The East and the West has dividing opinions on this. The West is about power, and the East is about speed. In Western stories, every attack is felt. If it's PG, a character is slept, but if it's R-rated, their guts are hanging out from their body. The East has the opposite opinion on entertaining fights. Blunt force is more of an aesthetic. A punch to the jaw from a guy that can destroy mountains, all for this to result in a nosebleed. This is because Eastern authors love their cracked out karate mans, and this is universal in all Eastern cultures, especially China. Mythical warriors floating in the sky, throwing a million swords at each other while they teleport slapping each other at the speed of light. China invented the karate man. Honestly, the East is cooking, because this zoomer action is what made anime popular globally in the first place. Though, that's not to say Western action is inferior, because thanks to Invincible, I began to appreciate impactful action. Timu's Superman flying at the speed of light, destroying cities with one punch made me realize the true strength of superhumans. People love to debate who will win, Saiyans or Viltrumites, and most people will answer Saiyans, myself included. However, after finishing the Invincible comic, I question, is the gap really that big? Robert Kirkman makes every attack leave a mark, because he has to. Viltrumites have no other powers, they are pure flying bricks. Whenever a Viltrumite attacks someone, even other Viltrumites, I am terrified because I know someone is about to receive a Dunkin' Donut strawberry flavored. While Saiyans do punch hard, duh, they're superhuman or super aliens, we never see their punches really leave an impact. Hell, they have punched humans, yet their body is still intact like a Looney Tunes character. The true strength of Saiyans isn't the blunt force, no, it's their energy attacks. Even blades might as well be balloons in Eastern action. For example, in Bleach, every character uses a freaking blade, yet the swords rarely cut any deeper than a paper cut. And when they do leave a lasting mark, the characters just walk it off, treating it like a fashion choice. New drip, I guess. Though, you know what will kill someone? A big black blast. Now, I know some of you will argue, that's because different universes have different power scaling. But no, this is not a power scaling video. This is a pseudo power scaling video. Though, what Eastern stories lack in force, they back up in speed. This is something Western authors disrespect all the time. For example, The Flash. Whenever it's the Flash's turn in the spotlight, he's the strongest character in fiction, able to do ridiculous things such as rewind time by running back in time, phasing through objects, and one-shotting gods. But most of the time he's a jobber. While in Eastern stories, practically every top tier is a speedster of some sort. This is why I love A-Train from The Boys, because it's a perfect representation of how terrifying speed is to everyone around you when you don't have anime physics or the BS speed force to protect you. Though if you want to get more realistic, which you shouldn't, because this is a fictional nerd rage, every speedster should go splat whenever they run into anything, which is why speedsters should be superhuman at minimum. Which is why I love the Viltrumites from Invincible, because whenever they flash through cities, they destroy everything in their way, creating shockwaves in the process, obliterating the planet. On the opposite side of the planet, speedsters don't carry as much force, because Eastern authors don't believe in impact. Instead, they just dance over your body, which is the crux of the Viltrumites versus Saiyans debate. On the Saiyan side, people argue that Saiyans will just outplay the Viltrumites with martial arts, hitting them with a million attacks that can destroy the universe. Though on the Viltrumite side, people argue that Viltrumites will just ram through the Saiyans, giving them a jelly donut. Both sides have reasonable arguments. However, maybe it's because of recency bias, but I'm leaning towards the Viltrumites because I have yet to see a Saiyan destroy the planet with a punch. Now, to be fair, the Viltrumites had a little bit of help, but the point still stands. Impact is crucial in making a character seem strong. Look at One Punch Man. Saitama, the One Punch Man, one-shots most characters, and you can see the gruesome gore from his impact. This is also why people believe Saitama can beat Goku. I mean, I haven't seen Goku fist someone before. Now, obviously, energy is another factor in the fight, but remember, this isn't a power scaling video. It's a pseudo power scaling video. Gore doesn't even need impact to be effective. Look at the PG DCAU shows. Ain't nobody taking damage in the DCAU. They're more durable than anime characters. They might as well operate off Looney Tunes logic. However, each attack still feels impactful. Whenever Superman boxes with a top tier, the damage is felt throughout the city. This is why the Hulk is so terrifying. The Hulk isn't allowed to kill anyone. I don't think he killed anyone in the MCU. However, everyone still fears the Hulk because he will smash. This is why Superman beats Goku. This is why the Super Family beats the Saiyan family. This is why Saiyans get fisted by Kryptonians. The West has hands. Now, would a cracked out Hulk be more threatening? Hell to the yes. That would be a nightmare, but he doesn't need it. That's not to say Eastern superhumans are weak. No, they're as strong as Hercules. They're just inherently nerfed because Eastern action prioritizes the art of the brawl. Who cares if Muscle Man can squash your head in with his toe? That doesn't make for a good fight. The fans want to see a dance that lasts a couple of episodes minimum. This is why Eastern fights tend to be longer than Western fights. Yet, I don't blame Death Battle for believing Omni-Man will crush Bardock, because the impact of Western action is very persuasive. All in all, the moral of the story is, while Conquest can't beat Goku, the average Viltrumite will slam the average Saiyan.